Man, it's a hot one today.
It's a hot one.
It's a hot one today.
I'm all wet.
I'm getting all dewy. I know you can't see my pimple, but it's there on my nose. I'm going to let the pimple open the show. Hello. Welcome to Do It Like Danny. Oh, my God. My poor pimple. Like the pimple said, welcome to Do It Like Danny.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell a million stories, and maybe one will hit home, and you'll be like, wow, that happened to me. And it's not about me. Well, it is. You know, television is a very, very crazy beast. I learned so much at Tyra. This is real emotion. This is something that I experienced.
I want the world to see what I have always seen, and that is the love that you have for just being yourself.
I love this person who knows who he is, who can make people laugh.
I think the script I gave you was a little bit different, but I'll take that.
Okay, sorry.
I'm drinking at work because it's my show. I drink on my show. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's a hot one today in the Valle.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Welcome, Cousin Louie.
Hello.
And welcome, Cousin Angelo. Oh, where's Cousin Angelo?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, maybe he's around here somewhere.
We'll find
as
him.
you can see, we are in lovely Montecito this afternoon. It is a warm one, but it's dewy. And the lighting is great.
Oh, yeah. Always good.
We hope everybody had a great week, and I know I said that before. Thank you so much for all of our new followers. Ulysses, you know who you are. Thank you for following. You were amazing. You were such a great ride, and I mean that on the platform. Settle down, everybody. Settle down. I gave Ulysses a ride. I was in the, is it Vista area? Shit, I don't want to get it wrong. I think it's Vista, yeah. Thank you, Ulysses, for letting me take you. Were amazing. You gave me a nice tip. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I had to give you a shout out. Your energy was just so infectious. You were giving me accolades, but I didn't have an opportunity to kind of tell you how fun you were. And you made my ride home amazing. So thank you so much. And we're Instagram friends now.
All right.
So thank you again, Ulysses. That's a shout out. Let's see, what else? How was your weekend?
Our weekend. We actually spent time together away from the show. Isn't that a shocker?
Oh, my God. So we went down to San Diego because our cousin Art,
Yes.
the one that never eats carbs, and his husband, Zach, we got invited down to go and attend a Padres game.
Yep.
Now, listen, I clearly am not a avid sports goer. Now, do I know about sports? Yeah. Do I like men in tight clothes? Yeah. I mean, who doesn't? You could be gay, straight, bilingual, whatever the hell, QBT square to the fourth power. Everyone loves men in tight clothes. So even me. And I just happened just because I'm fat. No, I'm just kidding. So we went down to San Diego. It was a lot of fun. We got to meet Art. There was a shitload of traffic. It was busy.
You got more traffic, I think.
I got hit like in that Oceanside area.
But you also left late.
I did leave a little late. I was busy. I'm always like on the skin of my teeth, huh?
And you always make it by the skin of your teeth.
I sure did. But it was great. So we got an opportunity to go down to San Diego and hang out with cousin Art, the buff one, and his husband Zach, who's also very buff.
Oh, yeah.
We did quite a bit.
Why don't we just give them a quick look? Yeah, let's do a quick look. This is what kind of happened while we were there.
Here is a wonderful little piece that Louie has put together so you guys can see it. I will tell you this, there's going to be a longer, fuller version releasing soon. So this is just a little taste, just like a little taste. Enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to Do It Like Danny. So we have a little behind the scenes today. I'm actually here with cousin Art. And behind the camera is cousin Louie. So say hi to cousin Louie. So I'm going to pretend today I'm straight. Just kidding, I'm not. Oh, hot chicken. Oh, all right.
You got the hot one, right?
Listen, did you see this, Lou?
God, no.
Hot water. Nice to meet you, Jessica. Joe, nice to meet you, Joe. Yeah, the TikTok is Do It Like Danny. Padres won. What a great game. It was so much fun. I got to learn a lot. I pretended that I was straight. Didn't last very long. And unfortunately, this is not lasting long either. So with that being said, always remember to have a great week. Oh shit, no, I forgot it. Always remember to do it like Danny. Ha! So I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I had a great time. It was so much fun. As you can see, it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it's still stuck in my head.
What is?
You know, it's still stuck in my head.
I do?
So there was a couple of things, not that I have a problem with this. And by the way, I have been looking up so many different things about like racism and bigotry and all that stuff, right? And when I talk about colonizers, I don't hate them. So that's racism, right? Yeah. I can talk about people. I can talk about ethnic groups. I can say whatever I want to say.
Oh my God, now I know what you're talking about.
But I will tell you this. If I were to hate them, then that's racism, okay? There will be no racism. You will not get racicized on my show, okay? But what I will tell you is the Padres game was full of colonizers. And I guess, I don't know, Padres, I expected for it being so close to the border of San Diego, that there would be more, gente, like Latinos, ethnic people. But it was very like the Brady Bunch family reunion all over the place. Yeah. Like everyone had slept together. They looked the same. Yeah, which was very interesting. So here is like my injustice of the night.
And mind you, he did not stop talking about it the rest of the night. So go ahead and share this.
I was just like, what is happening? All right. So we're there. What is it? Like, I don't know, the 6th, 7th inning.
It's about the 6th, yeah.
One of the innings, we were sitting there, right? I was checking out the men in the, is it the bull pit? No, the ball pit.
It's the bullpen.
The bullpen.
Bullpen, yeah.
I was checking out people in the bullpen. Wink, wink. And, I was watching them like warm up. Exercise is very important. Like, I'm just saying, it's huge. People who exercise, that's amazing for them. No, it's going to be huge. People that exercise, it is beneficial. It's so many benefits. Benefits for everybody.
Benefits for everybody, yep.
Benefits for everybody. So, I was watching it, but and is it between innings? The players come out and they throw balls at the kids.
Yeah, so every time, there's 1, 2, 3 outs, the opposing team or the home team comes out and they just throw balls warming up so that their arms stay nice and warm because, when they're out in the outfield, they got to throw it all the way back.
But then they also, so where we were sitting was, what was that section? We were like...
That's the outfield.
We were in the outfield, but we literally had like a eyesight to the pitcher, the plate, and second base.
Yeah, I believe it's right field.
So we were like right in line, like a perfect line of second base, pitcher, and the home plate. Yeah. And so whenever they would hit foul balls, everybody go crazy and put their gloves up, and they like waited like little minions. And so in this particular moment, though, not that the ball was hit into our area, but there were particular moments where they were like not taking a break, but between innings and what have you. The ball players, the Padres would come out and throw balls to the kids.
Yes, correct.
Again, throw balls to the kids, little kids. So we're sitting there, and I'm, in awe of everything because there's like a lot of fun things that happen when they hit a home run, fireworks, and there's fire, which Louis has a video of and he can show you. In this particular instance, or at this moment, when the players were throwing balls towards us into our area, we were like in the 4th row. Art had amazing seats.
Yeah, we had some really
cool
seats.
So it was the 4th row. There was a row in front of us, and then there was like a cement wall, and then there was 2 more rows. So literally like 3 people over, they threw the ball. The Hispanic Latino little kid boy, he put his glove up. It went in, and it bounced out right into the front row in front of him. And we'll just call them the white family. So it bounced into the row of the white family, and I watched as the mother quickly grabs the ball and gives it to her son, and who was a little kid also, too. And they looked at the Hispanic Latin family, and they were like, oh, better luck next time. And I was like... Did that just happen?
Yes.
Did that just happen?
It did.
Like, that was such a huge injustice. I could not even believe it. I didn't even understand, like, I was like, in that moment, they colonized the ball. There they were. The poor kid caught it. Yes, any other human being would have given the ball to whoever it touched, right? If you touch it last or first, it's yours. But you told me that that's not the way that it is. And why is that not the way that it is?
It's like, you got to catch it right when it happens. If you don't get it, you don't get it. I mean, it's just kind of how it goes. I don't know if there's a written rule about it. It's kind of just something that's always happened. I mean, I have seen highlights of actual adults taking it from children, like literally grabbing it. And you would think for you and I, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to give it to the kid, right? We're not going to keep it. What the hell do we need it for? It's for the kids.
I'm upset.
But you got
I'm upset
mad.
because the White family could easily have bought like 25 balls for their little toe children. And, the people behind them, I mean, they were like in the second row, and who cares what the kid touched it first. He should have gotten the ball. I was very angry. And then as I was saying this, right?
Yeah. He was loud about it.
There were two like Hispanic men in front of me. Latin, I don't know, is that Mexican? What do we say? Is that right? Whatever.
I don't know.
They were gente. And they were right in front of me, and they were drinking, and they were laughing because I was like, that is not fair. I was like, they just got colonized at the ball game. They paid to come in and get colonized their ball. Anyways. So that was my injustice moment. But overall, it was great. I had a great time. And then after the game, we dragged poor cousin Louie to a gay bar by the name of the theme night was Truck Stop.
Truck Stop, yeah.
And in true form, cousin Art had an outfit. So I didn't even know there was an outfit change. Apparently there were a couple of outfit changes for the evening. He was extremely prepared. We should have taken a picture of his outfit.
Yeah, we should have. Now that I think
went from like a t-shirt, and then remember the theme of the dance thing was truck stop. So he all of a sudden busts out this like truck stop hat and then this like flannel sleeveless. I was like, what is happening? What is going on? So we go into this bar, Rich's, and bought a round of drinks. And listen, I'm not cheap, but I was so shocked. It was $50 for 2 drinks.
Was it 48 or 43?
It was 43.
Yeah, it was 40. That's close enough, though. I mean, you're only $7 away.
I like to wind up. I like to embellish a little. Just a little. Just a little. So he told you, hi.
Hey, kindness.
Hi, Cousin Angelo. Welcome. Thank you for letting us in.
Of course.
We told people that you were just out and about on the compound.
Well, security said somebody entered the property.
It was the dog.
Aw.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we went to, just a quick synopsis.
Yes.
We went to a Padres game. We went with Cousin Art, who is the muscle gay.
Oh.
And we
the bodyguard.
the bodyguard. And we went to the Padres game, and there was an injustice. You'll have to watch the show. You'll have to watch the show.
If I have time.
You will.
I never watch, by the way.
And then we dragged Louie to a gay bar.
Kicking and screaming.
All the way, all the way.
All the way home.
All the way home. And then I was just saying how we bought some drinks, and they were $43 for 2 drinks. Just 2.
Wow.
And most of it was ice. And I didn't want to say anything, but I was very, very surprised.
$43 for ice. Yikes. I could have gone to the liquor store and sucked down a Buzzball and fucking paid a lot less money and not tip anybody.
But didn't you do that towards the end of the night?
Yeah, we did that after. You're ruining the.
Oh, am I jumping ahead? I'm sorry.
You're ruining the foreshadow.
Oh my God, you're being me.
Yeah,
you are being me.
You are. He's catching
I had to make up. He wasn't here. Somebody has to do
Your
it.
Angeloism disease is catching up to you.
By the way, I'm counting how many words Luis says in a podcast. So you're at 25.
Okay, good. Yep. I'll make my first even 100 for today.
If we're lucky by the end of the season.
You might have a full paragraph. So like I said, I'm not a cheap person, but I'm used to my little down the street local watering hole where they're like, $10, $11, and you're getting like a fourth of the bottle.
Yeah.
Versus this was a straight like 1.5 ounce pour, right?
Wow.
They measured it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty raunchy. Like,
were you in the fancy part of San Diego?
I was just going to ask that, yeah.
Oh, you were in Hillcrest. Is that fancy?
Well, I guess it's the only
It's the
gay
upbeat
area.
It's the upbeat. Yeah. I mean, walking into that club, you could tell a difference between the Bullet and there.
True.
Instantly.
Thank
Well,
you,
the
Cousin
bullet
Louie.
plays porn on the screen.
Well, your
Yeah.
club isn't exactly Studio 54.
This is true.
So the $11 drink is not that surprising.
This is true too. But I'm just wondering my money's worth. I mean, it's hard times for everyone right now. I'm just saying, hard times. And so anyway, so we were there at the club, and we ended up having a family conversation.
Yeah,
So
we did.
Art's husband, Zach, came, and he was hilarious.
Yes.
He obviously had been into the herb or on an edible or something.
He's a little party guy.
He was
He's like a little frat boy.
He was hilarious, and his energy was just like, "Come on, like you guys, let's go." So inside, so there were two things that were going on.
Yeah.
The first thing was this theme night was called Truck Stop. Truck Stop was like all these like burly men. They had like bears dancing. Like even I would have had an opportunity if I had a jockstrap, I could have auditioned, right? And it would have been completely fine. Like my body type would have been accepted there. So
Is there a jockstrap large enough?
oh yeah, how
hold
dare
it
you?
all in.
It's called the slingshot. Oh!
There's going to be an eye in, the side of line of fire.
I have welds.
Oh my goodness.
So two things going. First of all, while we were at the game, this is kind of got to retract a little bit so we can explain this. Across is the convention center, and they were having TwitchCon.
Yes.
Do you know what Twitch is?
I have no idea.
I bet
Should
you,
I ask?
I bet you Park
I'm
does.
afraid. Speaking of Park, no,
She's here. Come on down.
She's like, I was at TwitchCon. So TwitchCon, there is a platform called Twitch, and so this platform is like a YouTube but for gamers. So let's say you played games, right? Fortnite, Diablo, all those different things. You could go online, and then it would record you playing the game, and people actually tune in to watch you play these games.
Yeah.
And then sponsors pay them.
Yep.
So that's that story. Well, while Truck Stop was happening on the outskirts of the bar, on the inside of the bar, the Twitch people were having their own event, right? And it was like this drag queen thing, and Zach was enamored.
Oh, yeah, he loved it.
He was like, "Oh my God!" He's like, "They're amazing!" Right? And we were like, so we were having a family conversation, myself, Art, and Louie, and it was deep. Like we were like,
I thought it was probably one of the best conversations I've had with you and with Art at the same time.
yeah.
But then again, me and Art had kind of had that conversation, but I felt like because you were there, I was able to go a little bit deeper with it.
Yeah.
Kind of say what I needed to say so that I wanted him to understand.
Yeah.
Because, we covered a
You
lot of
felt
topics.
safe because I was there.
I knew that if there was two people, you would not back me up, but you would be like, you have your own experience with it too.
Does Art know we're
Correct.
bringing this up?
I
Or
don't
not
think,
we,
well,
me,
because we're not
you.
talking
Well, I mean,
specifics.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
not and we're not talking shit.
No,
It's not
no,
like-
no.
mm-mm.
No, I mean, the whole
No.
reason we went down there is because, all three of us understand that we want to be with family. And I think throughout that conversation, what I realized is that all of my cousins are going through their own understanding of what they want out of family.
Oh,
Me, Danny, and Art, I feel want all the same thing. And my other cousins are kind of trying to figure out what that means to them.
right.
I think we're all on the search for a closer family.
Yeah.
That's probably a better way to put it.
Yeah.
I think that, life has put bookmarks in a lot of people's journeys and pathways, and it's prevented us from kind of getting together, and we try, but we're really not making a true
effort like we used to,
concerted
yeah.
effort to kind of get together, and we really should.
Yeah.
We were together before my grandmother died, and once she passed, it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
And we long for that.
Yeah.
We want that. And the reality is, and this is, I don't want this to come off as horrible to say,
It's
but the
horrible.
reality is, right? The reality is, our parents are not going to be here very much longer.
Yeah.
It's the circle of life. Or maybe I could die. I don't know. I mean, we don't know what lies ahead. And as you get older, you realize that in the blink of an eye, like my mom's in her 70s. Holy shit, right? But I don't look at her that way.
Yeah.
I look at her as if she's still in her 50s.
Yeah.
I don't view my Auntie Susie that. I don't view Auntie Kat. And they've gone through some major health things, and you're just like, I don't view you that way. I mean, look at Chrissy. Did she turn 50? One of our cousins had a birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're all in our 50s, which is really odd for me to say because it's like, I feel like we're all still,
running around.
We're gonna have a sleepover.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a sleepover. We're gonna eat popcorn and we're gonna fuck with each other. You know what I mean? Like play tricks and
good old days.
scare each other.
Yeah.
And I have to remember that we're 50 and everybody's responsibilities have changed.
Yeah.
But within that scope, we all want family.
Yeah.
We all want family.
Yeah.
After Grandma and Grandpa died on my dad's side, shit happens, right? But at the end of the day, when all of them are gone, we have each other, this generation. We have to figure out a way to get together to celebrate so that Thanksgiving is a union thing again. Christmas is a union thing again. And even if you don't want to go, that's okay. Just show up. You don't have to talk to nobody, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go. And maybe the energy will infect your heart and your mind. And you'll be like, oh, God, you know what? Let me put all this bullshit away.
Yeah.
Because we play Pictionary and we play categories and we play games.
Yeah.
And some people have kept up with that tradition and other people think they're above that tradition and other people get upset because, well, I wasn't invited. But I think at this point in your life, when you're older, really? Do you fucking care? Just show up.
Yeah.
I think it's well, although you may not be extended the invitation, nobody's ever going to be upset if you show up. But there are some people that go, well, I wasn't invited.
Yeah.
And you're like,
That's how I felt at the beginning of this podcast.
Way to bring it to you.
I was
all
going
about
to
you.
trim
huh?
a bush, and suddenly I see you two.
It's all about Angelo now. Here we go.
oh my God, it's Angelo after dark. No, it's Angelo in the afternoon.
Catch him before he sleeps.
So I'm curious, where do you see this happening if it were to happen, like the gathering? And does this predate your grandparents' demise? Like, was there strain in the family prior to your grandparents? Because if, in all honesty, it falls apart a lot. I shouldn't say falls apart. What you're experiencing isn't that uncommon.
No,
where,
it's normal.
the patriarch or the matriarch passes, and then the family kind of scatters.
Yeah.
Or splits, rather.
They do their own thing because they're no longer honoring the older folks. Listen, the truth of the matter is, I guess I would be like Bama. I mean, you could always come over to my house and there'd always be food, right?
Yeah.
The same thing to be said of Grammy and Grandpa and Bama. Like, you could go over at any time, and if you were hungry, Grammy would pull something out of the freezer and it would be defrosted in a matter of moments, right?
Yeah.
And we don't really have that anymore, I don't think. Like
the one place that everybody could
Yeah.
gather
Yeah.
and feel
And
somewhat comfortable.
And if there were to be, it would be me. But I have, an apartment. Like, no lie. I'm like, it is what it is,
Yeah.
right? Because I've been so nomadic my entire life. I never felt the need to be and I never wanted to like plant my feet. I still don't. Like, I get that
Get
itch.
your Little House on the Prairie. Laura Ingalls.
Oh my God. No, what
Just
was
you in a wagon.
what was the other one? Oh, Nellie Olsen.
Yeah, that's more appropriate for you.
Nellie Olsen. So, a part of me would love to buy something, but I also don't know where I want to get set. I don't know. It's just, there's so many, for in the meantime, I know that there is a space. I can go to my auntie's house and create something, right? Because they're also getting older. And, and this is what I was saying to Louis earlier before you dropped in.
It is my house. So I didn't just drop in, I was here.
Not anymore. And that's it for today's show, everybody. Tune in next week when Louis and I are back.
At Linda's.
Yeah. Well, I was at Oprah's. She needed sugar.
She couldn't borrow from her dirty friend Ellen. And so
I give you guys a lot of credit because I know you're trying to catch your thoughts or catch up, but that's a hard task to take on. I mean, you're talking multiple personalities, deep wounded issues,
There's a lot of
Ego, a lot of ego.
and, you know, of course, you guys want to see it all play out where everybody gets along and you guys are a happy family again. But, you know, is there one person, and you don't have to, no, is there one?
I'm bleeping that one out.
Yeah.
I'm definitely bleeping that one
Is
out.
there one person who you feel could help facilitate that outside of your cousin in San Diego?
Just him.
Really, you?
Yeah,
Okay.
when my grandma died, she gave.
And you're talking
when
on
Mama died
your
on my
Louis
mom's
side,
side.
your mom's side.
Yeah, when Mama died, like everybody got like even Jimmy. Jimmy was my partner of many years. They got like, you know, all these sentences. Everybody got like a paragraph. Ange, everybody, and I'm not saying that I'm ungrateful, but everybody got this like, you know, like she wrote things out to
Wait,
people.
who's everybody?
Oh, well, did you even go?
Of course, I was there with you.
I don't even remember.
Yes.
I don't
You were in
remember.
there and you were making her laugh the entire time while she's on a. She's barely keeping it alive and she's chuckling and we're like, dude, you're gonna kill her right now.
At least she would be laughing.
But not everybody did because I didn't either. And I think certain people got
Yeah.
written paragraphs because at that particular moment in time.
Can you help fill me in a little bit
I
more about
wonder-
what the paragraph?
I wonder
Well,
if
because it's all personal. It was different.
No,
for
no, no,
everybody.
not specifically, but who was writing the paragraphs?
She was.
she was
Your
my
grandma.
grandma.
Okay,
Because she was she couldn't speak, so
Got
she
it.
was writing, and she
Okay.
had beautiful writing.
Yeah.
She wrote like a fucking like an author. She had like the best writing ever. And I don't know if Ange saved mine. I don't know why I didn't take it. Everybody else was like taking him and saving him. I don't know why it escaped me. I don't know. I was in a mix of emotion. But I got one word. And my one word was ringleader.
Yep.
Oh, you and Diddy.
We got to talk about that next show. Get the lube, everybody. Get the lube. Yeah, I got ringleader. So that has stayed with me. That's a lot of pressure, right? And I want to live up to that because I love my family. I love all of them. I like I told Art and I told Louis, I can never take sides. I'm the one person that is something to every single one of them. Whether they have faults or whether they have refinement, like it doesn't make a difference. I'm going to be there to support you no matter what. The only thing that would change that is if they were to go against me and say something, because then I would be like, oh, hell no, because I've never, you know, there's been no malice in my actions towards any of them, but they like chess pieces. They all have their own sibling rivalry, right? You come to a point in your life when you do get older, and maybe you've experienced this, where you're just like, I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, really, we're all going to be dead one day.
Yeah.
And this is how you want to live your final days? You want to isolate yourself? You want to be alone? You want to blame
Bitter,
everybody?
but the bitterness.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, when you pass on, they're gonna know that you were just bitter.
Yeah.
And that's not a good legacy to leave behind.
Well, this is how I look at life, really, like relationships, and whether they're family or friendships. What we leave behind are memories, because that's all we can leave behind, right?
Yeah.
So what type of memory do you really want to leave behind?
Exactly.
Do you want to leave behind you're in a feud with your sister or your brother over something that happened 30 years ago and makes no sense but divided your family?
Yeah.
It's terrible, and that happens all the time.
And you're right. And so, you know, by discussing this, maybe somebody else who's listening is like, oh fuck, that's my family too.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that we're the only family that experiences that type of division, but you know, everybody does.
Yeah.
And I am just trying to figure out how to extend those olive branches so people can brush off their bullshit like water off a duck's back.
You know, there's no right or wrong time. You're just gonna have to do it.
Correct. And it's coming soon. And, you know, I think that I have a very positive response. And the other part of it too is if I don't, then I don't. It is, at least I tried. At least I tried. And that's what I will forever be known as. At least I tried.
Yeah.
I tried to make something happen.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Because most of the time what happens when families become divided, they only catch up at weddings and funerals.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
those are the only 2 times. And the funeral, you
or
can't
if a baby's born or something
well,
like that.
Yeah, but really larger extended family.
Yeah.
A funeral is really kind of the place. So
Isn't
we
that
may have to
crazy?
get rid of Louis.
Yeah.
Louis, take one
Hey
for the
man,
team.
when I broke my leg, only one person showed up. This guy. So
Oh my God. I was
Barely.
forced.
I had to
I was
like beg him to.
You have to crawl on your good leg.
forced. I was like,
I checked
buy
on
me-
you.
Yeah,
though.
you
buy me
I got,
pizza.
I got a lot of text messages, but I did think a lot of people would show. I was kind of surprised, but I was like, whatever. I'm locked up.
But
in a
did anybody
fucking room.
know? I don't think a lot of people knew though.
I got a lot of messages. People.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not saying like I'm not pointing fingers like, oh, you didn't show up. F
I
you.
know. But you should tell them that you were dying. And then they would have showed up.
Yeah,
And they'd be
then
like, just kidding.
That doesn't even work sometimes.
Damn it. But yeah, listen, art has grown,
Yeah.
right? And I never thought that I would ever be that those words would come out of my mouth.
Well, it's like what I said. I never in a million years, if you would have told me when I was 15 that I would be closer to you and art as an adult and not the ones that I hung out with more. I think that's just so odd to me.
But listen, Rachel got married, and my sister Cynthia had a baby, and and it's like life things came up.
Yeah.
And I get that, and I understand that, but no one's kind of like making the additional effort to kind of go back to the way we were, right? And hopefully we can change that.
Yeah.
And going back to us saying about art, and like art, what people don't realize, or what our cousins don't realize, is that yes, there's been some sibling rivalry with art, art, over the years, and it's kind of it's weird to like have this like connection with him now. I don't mean weird. Let me rephrase that.
Unexpected?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's very unexpected. I never expected in a million years that Art and I would be sharing conversation or sharing tears or whatever, what have
Yeah.
you. But the truth of the matter is, and Art will eventually come. I want to have all my cousins on, right? But I will just reveal this. And, Art's mom passed away. And out of all the cousins, his mom was the first to have crossed over the Rainbow Bridge, right? So I can't say, I know what you're going through. Do it like Danny's been through everything.
Oh, yeah.
I've been through so many things, but that's actually the one arena where I said to him, I said,
Identify.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I can't say you're going to feel this. I can't say that you're going to be okay in 5 years. I don't know, because you are the first to have gone through that.
Yeah.
And that is devastating. That's the person that, like, I want to cry. Oh my God, I'm such a fucking pussy. That's the person, like, that brought you into this world. You know what I mean? Like, that's the connection that you have with your
Yeah.
mother. Like, yes, you have your dad also too, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's the first person that is responsible sort of for you.
It's the hardest one, I
That's
think.
the hardest
Yeah.
one. That is the hardest one. So I feel for him. I understand his place now. I can't judge him for whatever he's done in his life, right? I don't judge any of them.
Yeah.
I really don't judge any of them, because I don't want to be judged, and I'm sure I get judged all the time. I don't want to get judged. So, it would be, we're all longing for a connection and
Yeah.
family. We're all longing to have that closeness. We're all longing to be able to get together in the same forum and talk shit to each other like the way that
Like
we used to do.
yeah.
And not get offended. We used to talk so much shit to each other.
Always.
And all we would end up doing is laughing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And laughing and laughing. And that laughter needs to come back.
Well, I give you a lot of credit because we went from a Twitch convention to tears.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
No. but
He's
I
on a
think it's-
dime. He's good.
Yeah, no, I think
I'm
it's,
very emotional.
yeah.
Very sensitive.
So how many are all of the family members still alive? I mean, on your mom's side.
The aunts and the uncles are, yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay,
aunts
And the
and
cousins.
Okay,
So
you
far, we
guys
haven't
are-
lost any of us.
Yeah.
That would be
Guys are-
rough.
That would be very rough.
Yeah.
For as far apart as we are, I think that we're still very close when it comes to that. We may not
Yeah.
get together, but I think if something disastrous as that were to happen, I think that would.
I mean, just on a side note, my mom is the baby of 13 and the only one left.
Wow.
Holy shit!
That's a lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Uncle
Two-
Andy. Oh
And
my
then two of our
God.
uncles, not your Uncle Louis, but we'll adopt you. Two of our uncles just passed away within the last year and a half.
Who?
The last two, Junior and
Oh, I didn't know
Danny.
Junior had
Uncle Danny.
Did I know Danny? I knew
They lived
Danny.
right. Literally, they lived not too far from Grammy.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that's a topic for another conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
that's another.
And how did we
that's
even get
conversation
here?
for
I
another
was
day.
talking about the Twitch thing, right? And
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I
yeah.
went side.
Yeah.
People at home would be like, "You fucking went sideways with that.
You're an emotional.
You're an emotional bitch."
But it's relating back to you guys being together in San Diego, and Isaac. What's
Zach is
Zach.
Art's husband, and
Yeah.
he's again going back to so
Happy
now that
high.
you know the content of what we were and the level of like emotion that we
Yeah.
were, we're having this conversation in the middle of a bar, and I'm trying not to like cry because I'm very emotional, and we were not going at it, but I wanted to hear his viewpoint.
Yeah.
You had your own things to say, and we were going back and forth, and then up popped Zach, and he's like,
He
"You
was on
guys!"
another planet, another level.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was Tiffany.
Yeah, he's like, you guys. He's like, it's amazing inside, right? And people were coming out and they were like,
Yeah,
"It's
meanwhile,
so
it was like a
hot
sauna in
It was like
there."
a
Oh,
sauna.
Jesus.
But they were drag queens that apparently they perform on Twitch, and they were performing there at the bar, and they were amazing performances. From what I can see, there was one she did like Chapel Roan, like Pink Pony Club, and she had like a pink pony, like an actual beautiful carousel horse.
wow.
Yeah, it would look pretty elaborate.
notch. Okay.
Yeah, super top notch, and that's what he was saying. He's like, it's amazing, but he was coming out like a car salesman. You gotta step inside, you're gonna drive away tonight in it. And we just, and then when we go, we're talking about family stuff. He goes, oh, and he turned around. He goes, oh, I get it, and off he went. So I gotta give him credit because he did his own thing. He had an amazing time.
Yeah.
And he didn't, we wanted him to come out, but then we didn't realize that we were going to get into this deep conversation of like, it was heavy.
Yeah.
So then we had to change up the energy. So we ended up leaving.
Yeah.
And we stopped at a liquor store because I was like, I'm not paying another $800 for a round of drinks, okay? I'm like, was that euro?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are
Pesos.
we?
Well, you didn't
Thank you.
explain how the club scene changed, and I thought that was kind of interesting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me rewind that. Were you able to cut this
No, just say it,
together?
just say it.
Oh, okay. So
Because that's part of the reason why we left, because
Yeah.
the scene did change.
So the bar is primarily gay, right? And then up until a particular time, I guess there's nowhere else for straight people to go. So they invade our bars, right? They colonize our bars. And so it was a mixture of like a lot of straight girls and of course, like
Bridal shower people.
annoying.
Yeah.
Annoying.
yeah.
Oh my God. And you're like, girl, why are you wearing jean shorts with no chonies? Nobody cares here. Just the lesbians. And you're going to be mad when the lesbian comes over.
Yep.
And she shows you why you're not wearing chonies.
Right,
Okay?
right, uh-huh.
And then the other one's like, oh, my eyebrows. And they were just talking back and forth. And I was like, nobody cares. Now we know why we're gay, right? And then Louis was like, is that a real girl? And I'm like, I don't know. Look out for the Adam's apple, right?
Jesus.
I don't want to make assumptions anymore, man. I'm scared out there.
There were some pretty girls, but I mean, you're so close to the border.
I always
I-
ask
you
him
know what?
because he's really good at citing shit. One time we were at Disneyland, he's like, that's a man. And I looked at him, I'm like, are you sure? He's like, honey, I know. And I'm like, really? He's like, look at the hands. And I did. And I was like, all right, that's a giveaway.
Miss Man.
Oh Jesus!
Miss
After
Man.
Louis made out with him, her.
Is this the guy?
Poor Louis. And so I was like, oh, you bring pepper to make him sneeze. I chew. Like,
I don't know if I should leave that one. And that's a good one, though. That's bad.
Achoo!
It's all.
I didn't expect that.
All right, so back to the club.
So after our heavy conversation, we decided to move the party. Zach and Art decided we would go to a different club. There was another costume change into jockstraps.
Yep, there was.
I could not partake because nobody told me. Nobody told me that this is what was on the menu. Okay, I could have brought my slingshot, but no.
Louis brought his thong.
Yeah, I do. How did Louis know? So again, we dragged poor Louis to this bar, but it was more friendlier, right? It was definitely.
I didn't find any problem with both bars. I thought everybody was friendly, and the first bar that we went to, I thought everybody was friendly, and the second bar we
Yeah,
went
but
to.
the first bar started turning straight.
Yeah.
Can we dive into that a little bit more, Cousin Louie?
Oh, God. Sure, Cousin Angelo. What would you like to know?
I'm teasing.
Angelo wants you to switch sides so bad. Every week, he's like, are you there yet? It's like, what?
But
Where am I
you
going?
should tell me, like, what were you thinking off the top of your head?
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh my God, poor Louie. Poor Louie. The things that we put, the situations that we put him into.
I mean, do you think it bothers me to go?
No, I know now. I mean, listen, after we took you the bullet, that's like the most desensitization.
You were broken.
You were beyond broken in. I mean, Darnella was like, I'm here every week. And, Louie was like, that guy's gay? That guy's gay?
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely a culture shock for you in terms of like getting exposed to that, right?
And that's how I felt at both bars. I look at some of these men, and a lot of them look straight. I'll be honest with you. There's not like a one look. And I told this to Art, I go, what film and TV does to your community is really terrible. Because they
Effeminate.
Yeah, they make it like this one view, and then you go out to these clubs, you go out to these bars, and it's everybody.
Yeah.
And I do mean everybody.
Yeah, there's from E to O. You know what I mean? Like the spectrum is there, and I'm not
some of
talking
them
about
look masculine as fuck.
But then they open their mouth and they're all,
and they got muscles to here and to there. All of them look very good. They
Yeah.
all look, healthy and handsome, and I could tell why some of these men are like, oh yeah, that guy's
but
hot.
they look at you like all butch, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey girl, and they're all, like it changes.
Another thing too, is it like it's more acceptable for you guys to, I guess, touch each other, and not in a sexual way, just kind of come up and hug. It seems more of like I couldn't do that to a woman going into a club.
Yeah.
But for gay men, they're like, oh, hi, how are you? It's like, hey, how are you? And it's like very, very loving.
No, it's just Art's friends.
Is it?
They're
Oh,
very
okay.
touchy-feely,
But I
and
thought
not
I
in
saw
a
that with
negative
the
way.
other club, too. There was a lot of that.
It's the ecstasy.
Yeah, it's the drugs.
All right, so
A lot of drugs.
I'm not exposed to that all the way
And
yet.
also, too, there's that, like, in the animal kingdom of species and all that stuff, there's a power to touching people, because then it's like, oh, kind of like my sense on them, or it's like it's still primal. For being in a club, for being that we're modern, at the end of the day, it still becomes
primal,
a very primal thing. Because remember, too, when we were at the first bar, there were some smells.
Yeah, and that's when you explained to me about that.
That
and I
there
didn't know that
are-
there's a thing like that.
There are men that prefer no perfume,
Oh,
no deodorant, and
For 2 years. Yeah.
For 2
Yeah.
years?
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, people are into that. Yeah.
excuse me, it's like bourbon
Is there a
talk.
handkerchief for that? No, I don't. My voice went really high. It sounded like you.
I don't know if there's a. There has to be. There has
Yeah,
to be.
yeah.
There has to be. I mean, there's one for everything.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what the handkerchief code is, you should look that up. But yeah, I mean, that's another thing where guys are like, oh, I want you to come after you've been at the gym. And there's like a level of, it's pheromones.
Come to the bar.
Yeah, for some
Thank
people,
you.
they enjoy that. They want that. I mean, I prefer a clean man, personally,
yeah.
but, to each his own. When you're drunk, you really don't care. Yeah. And then I got drunk, and I went with Zach. I took off with Zach.
Oh, yeah.
We were like on the hunt for drugs. I mean, for friends. And, it was, no, I'm just kidding. We were out meeting people, and he's just a blast. They know everybody.
They know everybody.
They know everybody because they're in that group of like the buff. I'm talking the popular
yeah,
group.
yeah.
They're in the plastic mean girl group,
Yeah.
and and they're not mean girls, but people like me be like, oh, here they come again. They're having protein and vodka.
Plus, it's probably a very small world when you get into that circuit in San Diego.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
Yes,
and
because
they're very social, right?
They're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
social.
Very
Yeah.
social.
And they
Yeah,
have
pool
amazing
parties.
friends. They go on those cruises. They've invited me, and it just hasn't worked out. But there's one for coming up 2026. So I'm gonna go.
2026, yeah.
You're going, Louis.
Yeah. Oh God, poor
Guess I'm
Louis.
going.
Oh God, Louis. I don't know if he's gonna be able to handle that. Poor Louis. He's like, why am I slipping all over the place? It's P Diddy Lube.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I've been meaning to ask you because you were the only one who talked to that gentleman at the bar. Do you remember that guy?
Oh, Elton John?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I was being friendly because there was a guy that was sitting next to me. His fingernails were painted, and I shit you not, he looked like a young Elton John.
Yeah.
is that a
He had-
compliment? No.
In this day and age, maybe not.
Probably
Okay,
not.
okay,
I mean, listen, Elton John has a very distinct look about him, but that's what sets Elton apart from everybody else.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
for
yeah.
God's sake, I mean, at this point in his life, he's a fucking millionaire. I really don't think it matters what he fucking looks like. So Elton John Jr. was sitting next to me and had like gold rimmed glass. He looked like Piano Man.
Yeah.
His fingernails were painted, and he had this like really like, I would say avant-garde, but this outfit
It was like a sweater vest.
it was very loud.
Oh,
Very loud. And so I was just like, I don't know, we were drinking, having a good time, and I leaned over and I go, has anyone ever told you? I go, forgive me. I go, you look like a young Elton John. And he goes, oh, I get that all the time. And I was like, oh, because he even had like the receding hairline.
Yeah.
Like he had his
He
hair
looked
was
like him, yeah.
perfect. Like it looked like Elton John. Anyway, we started chatting up, and he was from, I don't know where he's from. He was
Utah. I couldn't hear anything in that bar.
Sunland.
We'll just go with that.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know where he was from. I don't remember now that I think about it. I mean,
You
but
were
we
like
chatted.
3 sheets to the wind by
I
then.
was pretty.
I was hoping to get some information.
Yeah, I was pretty drunk at that point. and then-
$800 drink kicked in.
Yeah. Well, that bartender that we went to at the last place, he was hilarious.
He was amazing.
All
yeah.
of this would be so much more interesting if I were there. But I guess I'm only good in Montecito.
Let's pull you out your bubble. Bubble. Pull you out your bubble.
What was his name? I can't remember. Did he have a name?
I don't remember. Daddy. Everyone kept calling him Daddy.
Oh.
Yeah, because he had like those white brief chonies on. It was like, it was jockstrap nights. Everybody was in their little chonies or jockstrap. But he was older. He had to been like in his 70s
Oh,
or
yeah,
something. He was
great.
old daddy.
Yeah.
And so
funny.
I ordered a drink, and it was so funny because I ordered like, I saw the sign for it, and I'm like, oh my God, iced tea and vodka. Let me order that. And it was like the name of something. It was a can thing.
Yeah.
And I go, I want one of those. And he turned to me and he goes, what a fag.
Then he asked you for a straw.
And then he
no.
goes, wait, but then he goes, I bet you want a fucking straw too. And I was like, okay, because I was drunk. I didn't know what was happening.
You should have turned around and gave it to Louis.
Oh man, it was so funny. And then he just kept on. He's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
like what do you bitches want? And it was. He honestly, if I ever had a party, I would hire him to be the bartender.
He was the highlight. Truly.
He was
fun.
He was beyond the highlight.
Yeah.
He made us laugh so hard. I gave him a lot of my money because I was like, "You're amazing," and he's like, "Come on back tomorrow." And we were like, "Oh, we won't be here.
Yeah,
We're
we're not
leaving."
gonna be
He's like,
there.
And he's old, so he may not be.
"Yeah, that's true."
And it's an interesting thing to find out that he, not that he has a life. Obviously, he has a life, but outside of the bar, he was something I would never have expected.
Oh yeah, he
because
was.
I didn't want to say. Should we?
okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know the rules to it because I don't know if people are out or
Oh,
in.
they don't
wait,
pay
what?
teachers enough money.
Oh,
I'm sure
okay.
if he has to moonlight, he's moonlighting.
But he
Yeah.
Monday through Friday he was just an everyday teacher.
Oh,
but I think he said he worked there for how many years at that particular bar?
at that bar?
Yeah.
Oh, probably a really long. I mean, every time I've been in there, and it's been quite a few times, he's always there.
Yeah, he's like I guess he's like you would call him like the local bartender there, and he was just super friendly, super nice. But he had the best jokes. They're so
Man,
good.
he was good. He had good.
It's probably that way
comebacks.
with his students who are fourth graders.
Well, you know what? I don't know because he switched it. Like when they got to talking, he was like very sweet and very charming. But it's like he puts that on because he doesn't want to deal with nobody's shit.
Right.
But he's also making jokes, and it was fun.
Well, not in Danny's case, but you're dealing with drunks,
Yeah.
right? I mean, for the most
Yeah.
part. Can you imagine the shit you have to put up
Oh,
with?
yeah.
Or the
I
stuff?
couldn't do that. I would be like, get the fuck out of my way.
Well,
You
he
would be
did
a
tell somebody to
fabulous
get out
bartender.
because they were smoking. So he does have a
Oh, he got
little.
on the mic.
Yeah.
Oh.
He goes, what did he say? He said,
Hey, smokestack.
Yeah.
Get outside right now. We don't smoke inside. I was like, oh.
we don't vape inside
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
It was like vaping. Everyone thinks they can vape everywhere because it's soap. It's not going to hurt you.
Maybe you should have a talk with your family. Just get everybody together.
Oh my God, a mediator. Oh my God. Shut
your
your fucking
shit-
mouth.
put
Get over
your
here
shit
right now.
away.
Get your shit. Shut your fucking mouth. Get over here. Oh my God, that would be actually really funny. I should hit him up. Huh? So, all in all, an amazing night.
Yes.
I had a blast. Luckily we found drugs and I got sober real quick. I was able to drive home, and you drove home that night.
I did.
I don't know how you did it. I was exhausted. I had been up in the morning. I had work and.
For me, I go to bed at 4, so it doesn't really matter. I got
Yeah.
home at like 3. Yeah. It was fun. I had a good time.
I didn't have a nap though. I need, yeah.
But yeah, because you asked me towards the middle of the night if I had a good time, and I don't ever want you to feel like just because this isn't my scene, I'm not having a good time. I'm hanging out with my family, and I'm actually very thankful I can be a part of your life, because I, for many years, have never been. And the same thing with Art. Now I'm like making up the lost time, because I was the youngest, and so I was never going to get that invite. But now it's like I can, and I can see how they live.
And Art was the black sheep. And
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. No, he's thinking about you, bitch. Because he's like,
Oh, no, don't share it. I'm going
oh.
to cut that out because nobody knows that they said
okay.
that.
So I'm gonna say, yeah. And Art was the black sheep. So you know,
But yeah, it was nice.
he's gonna hate me for that. He's like, you bitch.
Does he watch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
no,
do.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
okay,
do.
I give them
Yeah.
credit. They do. They
They
like
do. I love hearing my jokes come back to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Yep.
And I only love it when I hear it, because I never in a million years think that's going to come back to me. And then you hear jokes and you're like, oh shit, I said that. And it's funny.
Oh, yeah,
So
it's
and listen, if I can dish it, I can definitely take it. So I mean, look at, I'm friends with Darnella. So rest in peace. I hope
Come
she's
on out now.
Yeah. Come on, Darnella. TikTok. She's gonna be like, I watched the show. I heard. Thank you for the shout out. That's all she'll say. That's all she'll skim through. That's all she cares about. But yeah. So, you know, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice to like hang out and have a good time. Again, unexpected group of family to have hung out together. But it works right now. And right now it's working. And for whatever reason, it's all falling into place.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is precursor to what lies ahead. I don't know. I mean, I can't foretell the future, but what I can tell is that, you know, I'm looking forward to the outcome of all of this. I'm going to try to remain positive, and I think hopefully with, you know, me talking shit on the show, that people will listen and they'll be like, oh my God, Dee's right. We should all put our shit aside. We should all get together, and we should have some fun, because we're good at that. We're good at having fun.
Very
we're a
good.
fun family, and together we're even better.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope you say hello to your family, hug your family, love your family. And if you have no family, we'll always be your family, because we always do it like Danny. And Danny loves family. Cousin Louie, thank you, Cousin Angelo. And thank you for watching. We hope that you show our show to your family so they can like, follow, and subscribe. Have a great evening. Have a great day. Have a great morning. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.